But I'll be
And
right back.
I didn't even say.
You what? Are you
I didn't
gonna
even
try
say.
and be able to come onto the artist roundtable
Oh, the round table. What time is that? It's
tomorrow
tomorrow. Yes, I am.
around the same time that I probably started this thing? Only.
Yes, I've got it on my calendar, so
Mm.
I'm going to try and be in there tomorrow. So I didn't want to take up all your space on this one, so I
Oh,
just wanted to pop
there's
in
no,
and say hi.
there is no taking up all my space. There's room for
Hello.
everybody, the way I look at it. But can you just give me a second before you take off? Because I am going to go grab a paper towel if
Absolutely.
anybody happens to comment. I tend to,
Run.
yeah, I'll be right back. Hey, who's that? Who's that? Oh, you guys
That's
have a chat
nobody.
while I go
It's
get
nobody.
a thingy. It's not a bio break, it's a piece of paper break.
It's a thingy.
It's a thingy. I got to
Hi.
grab my thingy. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Trying to figure out where I am here.
You
I just
are on planet Earth
I just
on
jumped on my
Haps
phone.
TV.
Well, what she's doing is so cool, and I thought I don't want to run upstairs and get my laptop open and everything. So I thought I'll just run it on my phone and just say hi. Hi.
Awesome. I'm glad you stopped in.
Oh,
Hey, it's Nazim.
hi, Nazim.
Hello. Hey, Nazim. He's like, wow. I'm glad you guys are saying wow. I'll say wow when it's done.
Wowie, wowie.
Wowzers. Ooh, I like that color.
Wowie, wowie.
What is that color?
Oh, now I see you, Lindsay.
Here I am. Hi.
Do you
Hi.
want to come on screen, my dear?
You
Oh,
can if
sure.
you'd
Why
like.
not?
I
I
would
hate to
love
take
it.
up so much space on your screen, though. Okay, how do I do
Oh,
that?
Brenda. How do we do this? What?
How do I get on your screen then? Just
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to do it because I didn't appoint Lindsay director to push buttons, and I'm
Oh, you
terrible
want
at
me to
pushing.
push buttons? I can do that.
I could do that. Let me
I like
just
pushing people's buttons.
because I'm so slow at it. Well, apart people, I'm going to tell my testimony a little bit. I'm going to get a
Okay.
little brave and tell you why I struggle and just make fun of it. But the struggle is real. It's been very real. So let's make Lindsay live. Let's make Brenda, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You're rocking it.
Okay, so there's the grid, but I don't really like that pattern. So
Oh,
do we
well,
do this?
then let's take your image off.
Yay!
Oh, that works. That works too. I like that. That's cool.
Oh, look at you. What are you drawing? It looks like South Park. Yes.
It is South Park. It's Kenny for the days. Yesterday's
love
word was
Kenny.
quiet, and Kenny is obviously very quiet.
oh,
Yeah, when he does have something to say,
He's
you
my
can't even understand
favorite.
what it is. So, yeah, I thought Kenny would be perfect. He's a pretty simple draw, which is great because it's a double day for me. And then I'll be doing Pinkie Pie later
Oh, look
for
who's asking for
funny.
an invite. Nazim, this will be a first. I feel special. Buongiorno. We just invited Mr. Nazim.
Luke, what's
Mr.
up?
Nazim.
Hi,
Oh, you guys.
Lucia.
I want you guys to know something right now. And this is going to sound pretty gross, but from head to toe, I'm really sweating.
Oh, well. See,
but it's not because of the heat, and it's a good thing. It's actually I have a combination of the fibromyalgia, but I've had so many things happen to my body that's how I manage pain. And when I start to have that happen, it actually means that I'm healing. I know that sounds weird.
No, well, that makes perfect sense because when we're sick, like with the cold or a flu,
yes,
it's our body's reaction to trying to battle that infection is your temperature rises in your body. It's the same thing.
Thank you. I'm glad you understand it.
Yeah,
Well,
your body heat rises
yeah.
as a defense mechanism if it's injured or I mean like if you get hit and your area turns red and it gets a fever in that specific area. It's a reaction.
And it happens to me all the time when I say I have migraines, what I'm really saying is okay, there's those discs that are in between your vertebrae. Mine is just pretty much gone in one of my neck vertebrae. I forget which one. I'm not good at remembering the number, but it's just, it went from a slip disc because a drunk driver hit me broadside and spun my car around way back when I was still in college. I had to leave school for a little bit. I wasn't really injured poorly or anything. I just had this slip disc and a lot of pinched nerve, and I couldn't use my arm. And of course, my car was totaled. So that kind of caused a lot of problems. But then, it seemed fine. But then I had another injury. I think my son was just about 8 months old. And the injury caused that same disc to then completely rupture.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there was crunchy noises. My head was back and forth. Yeah, and
you don't ever want to hear your body crunch.
Yeah, not in your head, from your head. It was very scary. So that was back in 1999. So
I'm feeling very lazy here.
Oh yeah, you feel it. You guys get. She's like, I'm just watching. Hey, that's how I felt last night.
I did too. I was like, I am not doing anything.
Do any art.
I was actually working.
I was literally sitting in a chair. She'll attest to it. I was like in one position. I really couldn't even move. But I wanted so badly to be with everybody.
Stationary. But she was part of the conversation. We actually had to coax her to come up. Yeah, she was like, no, I'm not doing anything. And it's like, and your point is?
I know. I love that. Hello, Nazim is in here. Do you want to be on camera?
No, I want to let the artist do the artist stuff.
He wants to be the sexy voice on the side. Oh my God.
There you go. Thank you for the invite.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy that I just got back from I got back from a birthday party of friends on a terrace. We were about 30. And we all looked at each other in the face going like, this feels back to some sort of normality. It was really interesting.
Oh, I know.
Psychologically, it was quite interesting.
That was us on we have date night on Friday nights. And my boyfriend was so excited. He's kind of sprung this on me last week. And then he got really upset because there was this huge storm, but we were going to go to an outdoor concert last week, Friday. Not this past week, the week before. And he's just like, they canceled it. They never cancel it.
Oh, damn.
But then I didn't know that it was a summer thing, like throughout the summer. So we went last Friday to an outdoor concert. And I mean, I was acting like I was seeing like my favorite band of all time or something. I was singing along.
It has all the stuff you do. It has even going to the movie theater. We went to the movie theater like 3 weeks ago when they reopened, and me and my wife, we looked at each other and we're like, "Is this really happening? We're at the movie theater with a big screen. There's only 20 people here. Great!" It's like it's kind of psychologically, it kind of blows you away in a certain way.
Mm-hmm. I'm not really liking what's happening. One of the things I addressed at the top of the hour too was this fear of color, and I had this weird filter on. You'll have to watch it, but like, it's called Crazy Colors, and it turned me all weird. But seriously, one of the reasons why I think I hesitate to finish certain things, and I'm going like, okay, I'm gonna draw this, and then I'm gonna paint over it, and then I never paint over it, or I don't ink over it.
Mm-hmm.
And
you leave it half. Well, this morning when we were looking at Joseph's stuff of his when he was a kid, there was a couple of things where he said like this I left, I didn't finish it through, so I'm not surprised that can happen for an artist.
Yeah. Either it's a time thing or it's just a mental thing.
Yeah.
You find something that's better, bright and shiny.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's really beautiful.
Thank you. Well,
you guys are so talented.
This is why we bring you up, Nazim. You make us feel good about ourselves.
You're
an art cheerleader.
I'm honored to be brought into these, but I always wanted to stay on the side because we have to show the artwork, in my opinion.
Oh, well, the artwork is just getting started. Sometimes I feel like that's like secondary to the people. People are more important than things, right?
Yeah.
Priorities. I've got so many wires here. It's like trying to put my brush around it because I got my headphones plugged into my laptop over here, and I got my camera plugged into my laptop right here, and it's like, get out of my way. But the joys.
But Lindsay, I had to mention something. Yes. I don't remember on Blab that you guys were doing the art stuff too much, or maybe I'm wrong.
Not really.
Not as much as here.
Well, Blab is a chatty chat, place.
Yeah.
That could be it.
But now I see a major. I mean, I think is a step forward in a big way.
Well, I think this place is very conducive to growing a community in ways that maybe Blab could do it when it came to let's discuss ideas. But again, it was like what we were talking about at one point. I don't know if you were a part of that conversation, but it's like a difference between a lecture and a workshop.
Yeah,
like when I was in college, workshops were my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, and during the Blab days, I personally did not have the setup that was capable of showcasing what I do. And Joe had some stuff, but he too has improved his setup as well.
No, it's amazing. I like a lot when I see here on Haps. I like I like all the people that sing, that play instruments, that have show art. I love it. I think it's phenomenal.
I think it's great.
Even the quiz shows, even Uno with what's her name?
Takara.
Takara.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a blast.
That is a blast.
On Periscope, I was getting kind of tired of the trolling in the environment when it came time to doing art.
Really?
That I actually
people were being negative on the art.
Go figure.
No,
negative on the internet.
Really?
No, it was just there was just some weird stuff happening. There was always something, whether it was spam or bots or something. You just felt unprotected, and especially if you're female, no matter what you broadcasted about. But I think the biggest thing for me was I started going like, I'm going to start just having fun, like doing something to unwind after work. And I found this quiz community. So I started doing quizzes to the point where I was almost doing that more than I was doing art. Only because I just felt like, you're going too fast to really let the trolls bother you. You're just enjoying each other's company and you're doing something fun, and then it's done,
Yeah.
And there was no product or anything at the end.
That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
I might bring that back somehow. I just don't know how I'm going to go about it. But I did develop a Jeopardy style template because I love Jeopardy. I love quizzes. I love music. Yeah, Nazim, I could quiz you about all their. I could quiz you about Sonic Youth, my favorite.
Yeah, I know. We all do. No, I think it's fantastic. I'm really, and the people that a little bit the apps is crap. I'm like, guys, it's free. Let's go ahead. It's great.
I love that. Yeah.
The community's here and what. Yeah. Oh, your screen froze, Brenda. Well, come back in.
No, come back in, Brenda.
Reset, redo. Redo.
This morning there was a major glitch on the internet worldwide.
Was there?
The whole internet had a glitch?
Wow.
It was on CNN because Fastly, which is kind of like Cloudflare.
I don't know what you just said.
It does the CDN for Twitch. It does a CDN for different things. And this morning it collapsed. So when I was in the office this morning, I put up Habs for a second between meetings. I'm like, there was a server error, but it lasted very little.
What was it called?
I've had a little bit too many. Yeah, I've had a couple of gin tonics. I know.
Gotcha. I don't know what you said, but okay.
It sounded smart.
It did sound.
Hola, Lucia, ¿cómo estás?
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeeves. I wasn't looking at the comments.
Hey, Jeremy, how you doing, buddy? And Jeeves is here.
About live streaming until
Helen is
it was
here.
Not part
Hi,
of our
Helen.
Culture here. Hi, Helen. So there we go. Live streaming with in the Dominican Republic was not part of the culture there. That's interesting. It's like some places people really like Facebook, other places people just absolutely do not use it at all.
I mean, it's very interesting. Here in Italy, I see very few people streaming apart from Rosella Canevari, who we met and she was on Periscope. Now she's here. But not too many people are kind of video shy.
Yeah. Well, the lovely thing about art is like I'm doing right now, I don't have to show my face.
You don't have to exactly.
And for the first 2 years of Periscope, I did not do that.
No, I respect the fact that some people don't want to show and that's.
I think it was because when I first started watching and doing stuff, there were a lot of girls really putting out. That's the best way to put it.
And
they were creating a culture of that.
You know where I see that? I see that on TikTok. I see that so much on TikTok.
Okay. I mean, it's all over the internet. It's not like it's unique to one app. And if that's what you want to do, go for it, girl. You know, I mean, I'm bisexual. I'm just as excited as, you know, most guys are to see a nice set of, you know, body parts.
I know, but when it comes to, when it comes
to creating a culture online,
behind it, the content behind it, it's like, come on.
Yeah, I'm not really that into it, you know. But what's different, I think, this is interesting. I saw a post today. It was for Pride or something, and it says, "How come lesbians and bisexual women can control themselves when it comes to things like that, you know?" And heterosexual guys just can't.
True,
it's like an interesting. It's an
point.
Interesting thing. It's like, yeah, it's because we know what it's like to be objectified just as much as anyone else. I think men also go through being objectified. I'm not trying to be like gender specific, but in a sense, I think it's definitely you know, and some women, again, like they capitalize on the whole being objectified and all that.
Catch you later, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy.
Bye.
Phone call. Oh, okay. Phone gonna die. No. We'll see you on your broadcast tonight. Exactly. For me, the whole trolling bots, etc., is like, whoa, I listen, you guys talking about your experience at the end of Periscope. It's a bit scary, to be honest. Yeah.
I was on Periscope briefly, and then I said, "Forget this, is not for me. No, thank you."
I think it just felt like kind of like a waste of time. Like I wasn't having real conversations with people.
Mm-hmm.
I was, you know, folks who had issues, you know.
Exactly, and had to project the issues constantly. No, I think what's very great also that there's a very big connection between Haps and Blab. I see the same. Oh,
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Blab, when we were in Blab, I mean, the conversations in this group that we know, and Lindsay can attest to that, it was very similar. There was a little bit more trolls, but at the end of the day, you know, you deal with those. Here, I think there's a little bit less trolls from what I gather.
Well, I really think that the team, the way, this is, again, you set up the culture partly in the framework of the system. And it's so interesting. On my very first day, I believe it was, or maybe it was my second time. I think my first day, Pablo came in and helped me figure out the studio. My second time, I actually went to broadcast. Mark Goldman popped in. And
really?
We had a discussion about, it was just great. We had a discussion about, because I was telling him what I wanted to do, that I do like a lot of cultural stuff. I talk about, you know, different things. I'm really into trivia, as well as, of course, showing my art and talking about the culture behind it and stuff, or my concepts. And he started talking, and I asked him questions about the app, and he started talking about the culture they wanted to cultivate. I mean, I never really thought about it, but in a sense, think about Twitter and the culture they cultivate by the way they set up this system, you know, and everything being run by bots, and you never get like a human response to anything.
No, this is, I have to agree with you 100%. Lucia's in here. She says, we try. You guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, you do. Really good job.
I think it's really more empathy towards what the users are doing, and celebrating each and every one, the success of all the users of this platform, which we didn't have that on Blab. We really didn't have that on Blab.
And I think, you know, to be fair to people who develop apps and things, I think Haps, because they were such a late starter compared to other apps, maybe they were like the younger brother or sister learning from the mistakes of the elder.
They were able to maybe also see the progress of all the different things and say,
how
like,
are we going
okay,
to do things differently?
Exactly. And I think the fact that they're very, very the user base involvement, and they're really, and even you know, when you're with Peter and Pablo in that little session, it's very short, but you feel that, you know, it's kind of like being, we're all in this big room, and we're just basically, you know, by the coffee, you know, by the water cooler, and just like, oh, dude, you know, this. It's like that.
It is. It's like we could just come over and
and you don't get that. You don't get that on Twitter.
Yeah.
You don't get that on Facebook.
Right.
You don't get that on Instagram.
Anywhere. That's what makes them so unique. And it's
that's
interesting that they also.
So unique.
Well, what's really interesting is, okay, like Twitch, you become an affiliate. You can't really broadcast anywhere else after that.
True.
You sign a contract. There's that Live It. I know people who signed contracts and they said, I can't broadcast here now because I've got a contract. They didn't have that in mind. And as a matter of fact, they took the advantage of saying, hey, broadcast all you want to your other socials. Guess what? That's going to be good for us.
Yep.
Yeah. It'll bring people here. So I love that part of it too. So there was a lot of things that they thought out. But I think like anything that's idea oriented and, then you just are working out the idea. Again, they're still in beta. Ideas can change over time. People can be flexible because you can't fully know how something is going to come to life and have a life of its own as a product.
True.
True. Until you see it in action.
It has its mutations and variations.
And it's happening here. It's kind of interesting how they're like doing that and adapting. Look at those colors.
It's color picking time, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, when you bring out the color patch, it's like I'm sitting there going like, don't show this to my wife because it reminds me when my wife brings out her makeup kit.
Oh,
I'm
right.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, well, the earlier part of this broadcast was talking about overcoming that fear of coloring, or just get to coloring and don't worry about it. Don't, just get into it. Like right now, I'm literally, this is my first time actually trying out the gouache for doing this. I did some test spots and I'm like, this is going to work. So in a sense, this is like my theory. I mean, it's a well thought out theory. It's got a plan. It's just like what we're talking about. See, I can relate everything to everything. And yet, we're going to see how this works out. I thinned down the gouache a little bit. I wasn't happy with that part that I did. So what was really cool is I just kind of thinned it with some water and spread it back out and recolored the green. So that part disappeared. But I'm using these little dot things. I think I'm going to use one that's a little bit bigger than the one I'm using. And that might actually help too. But the paint has got to be, what I've learned from this dot painting business, there's a lot of people who do these painting on rocks with mandalas and they do this like thick acrylic paint. And they're just really cool looking. Well, this is some of the same kind of tools for that. But instead of doing mandalas, I'm going to be doing this beadwork pattern. And let's just get my test paper out.
Hey, Pablo.
I am nervous. Hey, Pablo. He's back.
Hey, thanks for dropping by.
I love his Elfie selfie. Isn't that just amazeballs? Look at that.
Oh, I can't believe he did an Elf. I got to do one of those.
You got to do it. I think he's live right now, or he might have just finished up. I'm not sure. That's how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to be like that. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a little three-dimensional. It would be more three-dimensional if it was acrylic, but I noticed with acrylic paints, it cracks in the middle when it dries. And the gouache was a lot easier to handle, like I said, to fix the mistake, so to speak. But here we go. Let's give it a try.
Another thing I love about all your artists, that you're so supportive between each of you.
Look,
it's fantastic.
Sorry, you already said that. I was squirreling, but Pablo has his Elfie selfie on.
You just not noticed.
Did you notice? Did you notice, girl?
I did. Sorry, I was being distracted by my mini artist over here. She had a question, so I was looking away for a minute.
What is
but
mini artist? How's she doing today?
She's
I hear her voice.
Patrick from SpongeBob.
For funny.
Can you show it to us? Can you show her? Lindsay? Can you show her what she's doing?
Yeah. Hold on. She's working through a problem right now, but we'll show you.
Okay. Well, it's in progress.
Tell her that I'm working through a problem too. That never stops. All this art.
Look at this. My art genius here.
Look at that. Make that big. Make that big.
Yeah, a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left. Yeah.
Show and tell.
Does she mind?
You want it big? Here, no, she doesn't mind. Here,
all right, Patrick. I love Patrick.
Ma brava, it's fantastic. I think her dilemma is what colors to put into it. I think
she can hear you guys now, so
I know she's concerned about what colors to apply, right?
She was actually worried about this leg, and I was kind of helping her over here on the side so she could figure it out on her own. But she's doing a really good job.
Nice. I think she's doing a great job. Brava.
We love it. I love Patrick too. Oh yeah,
he's funny.
Oh, Joe is in here too.
Hey, Joseph! Click on his avatar if he's available. Just no pressure. But yeah, I'm trying to get into the flow of this. This is sort of working.
I sent him an invite if he wanted to come through. So yeah, that's
I'm glad I did the
on. She wanted to do the same words.
Send it. I don't know if Lucia can come in too. Send Lucia an invite if she wants to come in.
I did actually. She's actually in the title. She's actually kind of my inspiration for wanting to do Pointillism.
If she wants to come in for a second, it'll be a pleasure.
She can still come in if she's available. I think she's been hopping back and forth between broadcasts. But yes, I'm Lucia. You are welcome to come in and chat with us. I definitely want to hear your thoughts about what art can do for you in terms of healing, whether it's your mind, body, emotions. I am feeling healing. Like I was feeling healing last night, just laughing with you guys. Oh, yeah. I didn't even have to do that art. But to address what you said, I love those colors, Lindsay. I just love them.
I like all.
To address what you said, Nazim, is that I think the reason why it's so fun to be around artists or to see how, people interact in that sort of art community. I've been like loving that. My first art community was my family. And, then you get your friends in school that are all your art nerdy friends.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then, you go to actual college with other art nerds and, some of us were into music and we're into bands and doing other things. So we just hung out and did other stuff, not just
all
art.
That together. Architecture also. I know Lucia's an architect.
Yeah.
So.
The overall overreaching thing with that is just basically, oops, did I unclick something? What did I unclick? I didn't mean to do that.
Oh,
no.
Are you clicking things again?
I'm clicking things again. There we go. Fine. That's what I wanted to do. Is that when you're creating ideas and trying to make those ideas come to life, just the act of doing that is a very positive healing thing. But also, I think you have to it's like a catch-22. You almost have to be in that mind frame for it to even work. So, there are frustration levels. There are times when you feel very negative. There are times when you feel like you want to burn your artwork, and you're not successful.
It makes sense, yeah.
But overall, you're focused on making ideas come to life, and it's creation. Creation is, just the opposite of destruction.
That looks much better.
So my theory is that, most of those idea folks tend to be very fun, very
we try.
Yeah, we tend to have a different outlook, I think, especially when we're talking shop and doing our art thing. And I'm not really pleased with what I'm doing right now, actually, but I'll fix it later. I can always fix it. Well, I'm just like it's kind of like
fix it, Jesus.
Yeah, this is really temperamental, and I just gotta slow down and pay attention to what I'm doing. But I think it's because the consistency of the paint keeps changing on me. I should mix it better. There we go.
All right, color choices are as follows.
Oh, Joseph, tacos, man! I haven't had a taco since. I haven't had a tacos. The last time I had a tacos was in Austin, Texas, 15 years ago when I went to visit my friends there.
You got to fix that.
I know they don't have tacos here. I can make my own. I know I'm lazy, but still.
I like tacos.
Tacos.
Oh, I forgot
Tacos. I'm having sweet for dinner. Lucia. I love beef in my taco and a little bit of sausage if you can slip that in.
Oh
my. Are we talking about food?
I know. I know. Well, you guys over in the UK and Wales and all that area, tea is like an obsession. So if you don't pour it, if you had it on the kettle for 5 hours, it's probably pretty strong. So visually, like a meaty beef taco.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got a call from my wife about an hour ago, and she says we're leaving. They went on a shoot down in the south of Italy. She goes, "We're leaving now in the van, and the guy's driving like a maniac. We had to tell him to please slow down twice." I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I'm probably gonna be up till 3 o'clock till she gets here, just to make sure that she.
Yeah.
What did he say? Children, come on.
There we go. I think when I get too close to the glow, like from one to another, they start to meld together, but that might not dry that way. We'll see. This is actually quite fun. Boop, 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 boop. I was going to play some music. I forgot.
There you go.
I'm having the conversation. It's so nice. But
no, the conversation.
yeah, so much is going on, but now I'm starting to feel the flow. And yeah, that sense of physical healing is actually overcoming my body. And
were you having issues? I joined in late. Were you having some issues?
Oh, last night I don't know if you joined in, but I had a terrible migraine. I haven't had one like that in a while. Yesterday, and it's based on previous injuries I've had to my neck, and sometimes it just makes me like not able to function. And so I came into Joseph's broadcast because I was like, why should I go in there? I mean, I'm not able to do anything. And he's like, so? But I was really glad I did. It was like you said, just being around people who are creating and the environment.
Yeah, but but also remember that you got this group of people that are, apart from being artists, they're super. I mean, they're everybody here is like fantastic.
There's some really good human beings. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and we all take what do you call it, cover our backs in moments of ups and downs.
Well, I would like it if people brought their best to social media, their best person.
I know,
and that we bring that out in each other, and
I know what you're saying.
Creative people again. That's what we try to do. Like when you see performers, like they're great. Music performers are a good example of trying to bring your best game every time. Yeah. You know, sometimes their voice is shot and they're not at their best in that sense, but they're still like going to perform and they know what they got to do, you know, to do that. And I just love that idea that, you know, they have an intention, they have a purpose of being entertaining, of giving it their best.
True.
And I think when that goes awry is when, you know, you've seen this on Periscope probably. I don't know if this was on Blab or not, but like you get those people who just go like, so I'm bored. Who's up? You guys want to come join me in a broadcast? I'm just here doing nothing and I'm watching TV and I'm just looking at my phone.
Yeah.
You know, you just get in trouble because it's like you're just I
know those sort of things a little bit too.
You're asking for kind of weird conversations.
I get a sensation that my friend Lucia in Santo Domingo, being an architect, she has a little bit of that artistic vein in her, because Pointillism with special effects.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she paints or something like that.
Pointillism, architecture, isn't it all like really precision?
It's all connected. My wife's a makeup artist, but she went to art school. And she graduated from one of the most important schools here, and she paints, which is amazing. But she decided to stop. I'm not good enough. And I'm like, sweetie, the paintings you've done are amazing. But she's kind of like, well, I'll paint when I get older. And I'm like, okay.
When she gets tired of painting faces, she'll paint other things. Is that kind of the plan?
True. Oh, okay. So Lucia will come in with voice only. That's fine. Yay! Jane, there's another talented artist.
Yay, Jane! Woo! I might just throw her an invite because I'm not broadcasting in the middle of the night when Jane's sleeping. I love it when
me too. Yeah.
I love it when Jane joins Lost TV. To be fair, I met some of the people I'm closest to through those casual chit chats. Yeah, that's great. I mean, you're an extrovert. I'm an introvert. Some of us introverts.
I'm an extrovert. I'm like Kelly. I'm an extrovert.
We can't just talk for no reason. Like I have to have a sense of purpose if I'm going to communicate with folks, or I'm going to feel awkward. That's just me. And other people might feel differently. They love people, and they derive energy from that. That is awesome. I love seeing that. Sometimes it's nice to be around extroverts because they are so helpful with that awesome positive energy. For those of us who tend to shy. I'm a social introvert, so I've worked really hard on my ability to interact with people. I'm not that great at it, though. It's not my forte. Let's put it that way. I'm not a public speaker by any stretch of the imagination. I still have loads to work on. I had speech impediments, all kinds of things, speech therapy. I was afraid of speech class in college, so much so it was the very last class I took in my very last semester, and it was required to graduate. Like basically, it was like, Michelle, take this class or you're not graduating. I'm like, okay. Such a stage fright. And what's weird is performing and singing in front of people and playing my guitar, no problem.
That doesn't put you in. That doesn't put you in. No.
No, because I had something to do. I had my instrument in front of me.
I have to confess. About 12 years ago, we landed this huge project with Nestle Waters to do all the San Pellegrino water, and we did this whole digital thing with CD-ROMs and stuff, and they loved it. And then they go to me, Nazim, you're going to have to present this. We're going to go on a world tour. And I'm like, okay. So I go on this world tour, and they take me to Florence, and I like to talk, but I show up on the stage, and there's like 500 people.
Whoa.
And I was like, and the guy from Nestle Waters was looking at me, going like,
"Go for it."
And I'm like, "You're on.
You're on."
Good luck.
Like, what?
I was like frozen. So then afterwards, I did my presentation, but it was like forced, and it was not interesting. And they kind of dropped me from the tour. That's like, no, Nazim, we got to put a marketing guy in here. We're gonna really do the like, wait, yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
but then the last couple of years, I go on stage in Milan on Don't Tell My Mom, and I go on stage and I tell stories that my mom has never heard, and people are like laughing and stuff. But when I start, Betty says, you're so nervous when you start. So I do get an initial stage fright, but then once that goes, it goes.
When I had to start teaching and getting up in front of a classroom, I had to overcome that. And so my thought was, you're speaking for the benefit of others. You have knowledge to give. You have stuff to pass forward. Hi, Lucia. And the thing is that helps you erase some of your self-consciousness.
True.
Again, it's communicating with a sense of purpose. It just makes more sense. You get in like less trouble. You're less,
You know what? You know who says that? My wife. My wife is the same way. She's like, why do I need to be able to communicate something with a sense of purpose? And she teaches makeup at fashion schools, but she really has to do that in a sense. But if she has to get on stage and do other things, she says, no, this is not me. So
I like to be prepared. I like to be planned. That helps a lot.
Yeah.
And you do have that initial nervousness, but at least you can use that. I've learned how to use that nervous energy to propel me and get me started.
Yeah.
It's just like this piece. It was hard for me to get started. Now I'm just like going like, I don't care that this didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted to. At least I put a bunch of dots down.
There you go.
And and no one's gonna like be as critical about it as I am. And I don't know what you guys can actually see. I was gonna make this a little bigger, but I think it's fine because to me, the process is more important. I can argue with myself night and day about how I make these decisions, but eventually I've got to put paint on paper and just live with it. But gotcha. You guys, I have this idea. I want to run this by you, Lindsay. I don't know if you heard me.
Ciao, Lucia. ¿Cómo estás?
I love
Hello, children.
Hello, children. Thanks for joining us.
Come on in. Hi.
Come on down, as they say on The Price is Right. How are things in Santo Domingo? How are you doing?
How is everything?
It is very hot here.
There you go.
See, I can complain about
Summer
it. Summer
has finally hit the tropics.
It's nothing like what. Yeah, I don't think I can handle that down there.
I left Miami in 1990. I left my. I got a great story about that. My wife's a makeup artist, and when she brings her bag of makeups, she did a couple of jobs in Miami, and she looked at me. She says, "My makeup is melting. You better get me the hell out of here."
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know what Jane is
that
talking
really
about.
happens.
She said, "What happened to the landscape feature?" And I'm not really sure what.
I don't know what you know. And Jane, that's not my artwork. It's Michelle and Lindsay's. No,
It's
Yeah,
great.
I
just
Jane was
wish I
wearing
could.
pretty little pink gloves and.
Yeah, I wish I could draw like that. Really, I'm an architect, but I'm not even close to that.
Well, maybe.
boys.
My idea. That Christmas is going to be the 25th of every month. I have so much artwork to give away, Lindsay. When I was going through my pile, I remember how I said.
About that.
And remember when I said I've just got to start giving my stuff away because
Mhm.
I've just been hanging on to some stuff, and it will make room for new stuff.
Yes.
And then, of course,
Wow.
I've got you guys are doing June Tune. Next month, I'm going to be trying, or at least attempting, to do 31 watercolors in 31 days for World Watercolor Month. Well, those pieces of artwork have to have a home because to me, they're just exercises. Some things I'm doing as a series intentionally, maybe, to eventually build up and sell. I like to sell my portraits, but there's other things I've got and some portrait practice. I'm just going to give stuff away. So I decided I'm going to have a giveaway on the 25th of every month.
Wow,
And
that's a great idea.
I'm going to start with my supporters. Oh, Lucy is one. Lindsay is one. There's a group of people already. But even after all of those folks that I already have on my first list of supporters, I decided, well, to get your name in the drawing, I'm going to come up with a way to do that. We're going to put, just like I do the art challenge, I'm going
You
to put
should
your name.
definitely raffle it off, like X amount of coins, get your name in a raffle, and you get to draw
Exactly.
the winner.
And then the more
gets
times, just like the more times you
Exactly.
do XYZ, your name gets put on more slips of paper,
Yeah.
more chances
I like
to win.
that. I like that.
So that's what I'm going to do. And my favorite is going to be Christmas in July because I seriously will have almost 31 pictures to give away.
Exactly.
And
I
love
gotta ask.
Christmas in July.
Can I interrupt for a second? I gotta ask Lucia because she's in Santo Domingo, and I went to Santo Domingo when I was 15, and I ate this thing that was amazing. It was banana. It was kind of like banana fritters with cheese, and it was all
that sounds
fried, and it was
delicious.
like amazing. And I can't remember the name of it,
Hi,
and she probably
Molly.
knows what it is.
Bananas and cheese. She's like, ugh.
No, no.
O sea,
El plátano frito with the cheese.
like smashed.
Yeah, it was smashed. It was incredible.
Smashed.
Yeah.
Mango.
Is it fried?
That's like
Hi, Molly.
Dominican
It's fried.
breakfast.
It's fried.
You
That's
guys know
Dominican.
Molly
Okay.
B? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's like
There you
the
go.
typical Dominican breakfast.
Oh,
That's what
It's
it
called
is.
mango.
Okay. There you go.
it sounds really good.
Yeah,
Exacto.
it's
That's what it's called.
delicious.
It is. I died for
Mango.
it. I was a kid. I was going like, can I have more of this? And my dad was like, basta, stop it. I'm like,
Like, what kind of cheese do they use in that? It sounds such an interesting combination. I mean, the cheese is typically kind of more of a salty-ish food, and then you mix it in with the sweet. So I could see that being yummy.
I
I
like
just haven't
salty
ever
sweet.
had anything like that.
that was
Well,
very good.
Yeah, this
you
is
guys
like
know
green
Molly? I'm sorry,
plantain.
I don't mean to interrupt, but
Hi,
we have a new
Molly.
person that just joined us.
I love
and
Molly. Molly's awesome.
Molly is awesome in the comments. Oh, there's your kitty.
Ciao, Molly.
And the cat.
Hi. Hi,
Proven
baby.
Jay.
Hi.
He's still a little neglected.
So how
these
is the pottery world going? She is a ceramicist. Is that the
Hi, Molly. Nice meeting you.
I've
No, I
always
haven't.
wanted to do like pottery.
I haven't been in
Oh,
the studio
awesome.
since Friday, so I don't know.
Ah. So you've got this show
But we're in
coming
an epic
up? Is
moment
that
for
it?
me. So. What's that?
You have a show coming up? Or you've got a
That's not
gallery
until
that's
mid-July.
you're getting prepared for it though? How is that going?
Well, there was a lot of time when nothing was happening, so there he goes. I'm pretty prepared, I think.
So are you going to join in on the artist roundtable tomorrow if you can? I think it'd be cool if you could. More people need to
This
know
is the
about
first time
Sarah.
I heard about it.
Oh, I thought
There
that
you
you had
go.
heard about it from Peter was talking about it yesterday. I guess just email him and he'll send you an invite, or maybe when you show up. I believe it's 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But they're gonna do how they did the takeover with the all the different scientists and masterclass folks, whatever. Yeah, the scientists. They're going to do that again with artists, and just about everybody that's on this platform that does art, if they show up, they're going to get a chance to get in the window and say hi and stuff.
Awesome, cool.
So I thought you were in Bobby Bicker's little group. She was explaining that. She threw that around a few times, but maybe that's why you didn't hear about it, because maybe you're not in that group. I don't know who's in her chat group, but she's been promoting it. And then Peter mentioned it yesterday, and so I thought, well, let's just remind people. I'm sorry that you didn't hear about it, but you're invited. You'd be invited. So if you're an artist on apps, come stop over the Hobbs channel tomorrow, 4 p.m.
Salt Lake City, how you doing?
So, but do you have any pottery that you have? Did you say something like you were going to bring some pottery? Do a little show and tell. I love it when people do show and tell.
Well,
or maybe not.
I just have stuff that I'm going to be packaging up to mail out on Saturday.
Okay. Well, we'd love to see some of your work. Am I right about that? Of course I am.
I know.
Pottery. And then Bobby said something about you were going to paint a plate with her or something.
I have a lot of blank plates that
That's cool.
Cool.
But we've never reconnected on that. I don't know. How the hell is that go?
Well, she has an Instagram group. If you're not in it, I got one for the Saturday Sketch Club as well. That just to basically throw announcements from time to time. It's not like it's super active and we're all chatting in there. It's just a way for people to post when they go live or what's going on. So just DM Bobby, or maybe one of us can just add you or have her add you to the Instagram group. Do you have an Instagram? I should ask you. Do you have an Instagram account we could all follow?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! So
you're following me?
I think I am, actually. I just don't know if she is.
Lucia.
Like, it's her group. But she definitely wants all artists that are interested in that kind of thing in her group. And I know I do
my connection.
As well.
We need to get growing a little bit of an architecture group here, because the artists are taking over here.
Well, you got Chris Wiegand then. I think he's kind of part of it. He would probably be.
Yeah, exactly. Good point.
Oh boy, that's funny.
What do we want to over?
Anyway, girls, I'm going to head off. It's 11:45. I'm going to go read a book.
You're just waiting for your wife then to come home safely?
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well,
I don't want to text her.
Company.
There you go.
And you kept me company. So thank you.
It was a pleasure to be in here.
Let's
talk CAD, Nazim, please, Helen. I spent the whole day looking at drawings of cruise ships on CAD, and I'm fed up.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That sounds like computer automated something. Drawing.
Yeah,
design?
that's my background. Is very much CAD and then also web design. So that's what I do.
That sounds lovely. For you?
I
just think that's not my forte.
Oh boy, that was a mic drop. That was a mic drop. Boom.
I just don't get in. Obviously, I can barely push a button and do the right thing. I text people, and autocorrect makes me sound pretty weird. So, doing something like computer automated design just is not my forte. I let other people push the buttons, I guess.
We did a nice little project. We just launched it on Monday on a website. Where there you go. Where we built a virtual apartment for a big company here in Italy, and everybody loves it. But I'm not gonna. I might show it to Lucia, because she might be the architect that's interested. I used to design kitchens and back. Really, Helen? No, because I'm an architect. I'm an architect like you, but when I worked in Miami in a big studio for 2 years, and I was specialized in CAD. my background is very much CAD management, CAD projects, and all that. Then when I moved to Italy, I started doing all the interviews in the big offices here in Italy, and they were offering me like $5 an hour. I'm like, are you guys kidding me? It's like, well, we might improve on that. I'm like, no. So then I ended up going to work for an American company that designs cruise ships, where basically. But that's not. But I have to confess that.
I always wanted to do like naval architecture. That was
Really?
like my dream.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we need to talk.
You guys have to hook up. Yeah, sounds like we got a little networking going on.
We need to talk. Helen, I didn't have an idea that you did cat stuff. Wow.
She'll be.
So we gotta get the architecture coming up on here, because the artists and musicians are taking over.
Yeah, we need to recruit all the architecture people.
There you go. We can work on that.
If we don't watch out, we're gonna lose Lucia, and she's gonna be on a cruise ship.
Turn into like West Side Story or something.
Yeah, she's gonna be. No, she's gonna be in a cruise ship, and she's gonna be on Haps, going like, "Hi guys, I'm living the life of a building architect."
See ya.
If people start walking around here snap walking, I'm out. That's just too far.
That's funny.
Anyway.
Oh, I didn't know that, Helen.
You do like what you work in like you design ships or yachts or what?
No. We do the big cruise ships.
Ooh.
We just finished doing Richard Branson's 3 cruise ships.
Isn't that the guy from Virgin?
Wow.
Is that who?
Yeah, that's the guy with the. I danced on the table. I danced on the table with him, which is a lot of fun at a party.
Interesting.
Oh, that's the dream.
That's the dream.
It was kind of strange, but it was fun.
Can you put that on your resume? Dance
on my LinkedIn. On my LinkedIn, dance on the table with Richard Branson, right?
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
No, but we basically.
I don't think there's another Richard Branson. It's like exactly him, the Richard.
Well, let me tell you. No, the great thing about Richard Branson is I've only talked to him twice, and most of the people that work at Virgin Voyages, which is the cruise division line from Virgin, the whole company.
And my internet can't fail right
Nazim,
now.
we don't even get to see him. So the fact that you spoke to him for more than 10 minutes is like you're the king. I'm like, no, not really. I just came up to him and said, do you like the cabins we designed? And he goes, oh, mate. He turned to me and goes, mate, who are you? And I go, I'm with the office in Geneva. And he goes, you're the Yank.
You're the Yank. That's funny.
That was funny. But it was very funny because what we had here is there's 3 cruise ships. One is called Scarlet Lady. The other one is called Valiant. And the third one is called Resilience, which is a very famous thing to say right now.
Resilience. I like that.
Yeah. And they're supposed to be sailing out of Miami, but they haven't been able to sail out of Miami until they give us a permission to sail out. So they're stuck in limbo.
Wow. Well, there you go.
That's so cool.
Not Richard Branson, the pickle, and the other one.
Molly, you keep coming in and out. Oh, I'm looking over and seeing how much he's got done there. Look at Lindsay's drawing. All she got to do is pretty much the hoodie in the background. Look at that. That's really cool. But
also the thing about maybe I might clear for Lucia. We did the Princess Cruises ship, the Love Boat continuations, all the other ones. Mm-hmm. We did Cunard. We did Silver Sea, and then now we got the 3 Branson, the Virgin Voyages. But the Virgin Voyage ships is a collaboration of 16 architectural studios from around the world. So it's quite interesting.
Oh, wow.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, because in Italy, that's like, if you want to do like naval architecture, Italy, it's like the place that you go.
Yeah, and they're built in Fincantieri. If you want, we can talk about this one day. If you want, DM me on Facebook, and we'll do a Skype, and I'll fill you in on this stuff because it's quite interesting. But yeah, it's but you know that Miami is where all the ships come out of, and they're all so. But they're all built here in Italy in Fincantieri.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I'm not a
No,
fan
and
of
all the
cruise ships.
internships and all the courses and all that. It's
Yeah,
there
yeah,
that you go
yeah,
there to
it
take
is.
that. Yeah.
But I ended up going from civil architecture to this because I got offered a lot of money to do it. So
Well, there you go.
I feel you.
I know I had the meeting. My interview was basically like I told my boss. I said, "Listen, I've never done a cruise ship in my life." And he looked at me and said, "Grab a skyscraper, toss it 90 degrees, and it's a cruise ship." I'm like,
Wow.
"Okay."
Wow.
A
And he told me,
skyscraper
Lesson
on the
one.
sea.
Yeah, and he said to me, "Can you start on Monday?" And I'm like,
Okay.
"What about the financial offer?
Do I
You
have an
make the."
option?
No. He told me. I said, "What about the financial offer?" And he said, "You make the offer."
Oh.
So I came back to Milan. We were ready to move back to Miami. My wife and she was looking at me. She said, "You haven't gotten, you've been doing all these interviews, and everybody says you're overpriced. Let's go back to Miami because Miami." My boss said, "If you need to come back here, there's always a place for you here."
Aw.
And then I went back to Monday, gave a hell of an offer, and he said, "Sure, see you on Monday."
Wow. That's
And I've
the
been
way to do
stuck
it.
ever
Living the
since.
dream. You've been living the dream.
Well,
Yay.
I lucked out. And then what happened to me in 1995, since I have a programming background, I started to do websites, small little websites. And everybody in here in Italy was like, "Oh, the internet, that's an American thing. It'll never take off here." And I'm like, so
That's funny.
slowly, with another friend of mine, we started doing websites. And luckily, we landed Versace as a client. So that,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you dance on a table with any of those folks?
No, but no, I didn't. But Donatella, I work with her quite.
Necessary.
I work with Donatello quite close. Have you guys seen the imitation of Donatello on Saturday
My
Night Live?
internet
I have.
is
It's hilarious.
playing with my heart.
Really?
So,
Oh boy.
Well, I'm going to take a look and see what Lindsay's up to, just because that's what we're doing.
Oh,
I'm
Desiree
up to
is
nothing over
here.
here. I sent her an
Hi,
invite if she wanted to
Des.
come up.
Yes, I would love it if Des wants
Molly,
to.
very nice
Okay.
meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Yay.
I'm gonna head on off.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a little nightcap before my wife comes back home.
All right then.
Enjoy, sir.
And thank you for the invitation. And always great seeing great art from fantastic artists.
I see your daughter in the background. It's really cute.
Yeah, she's rocking it over there.
What was really cute though is that your profile, your Elfie selfie popped up, and it was like right above her, and she looked like a little moving avatar behind you.
She's doing a
you,
great
the Elfie
job, you
selfie, and
guys.
your daughter.
Can I bring up something interesting?
Okay.
And this is something that we also had in Blab a little bit. Occasionally, it was brought up. It wouldn't be great to have the kids come on the platform and do something. And kids usually don't come up on these platforms to do their little session, their little thing.
No,
which is usually a pity. Which is like, why am I gonna, Dad? I want to be on TikTok. I'm like, well, it's
because the internet are full of sickos.
Yeah,
I know.
Otherwise, that would be super fun.
It would be super fun.
They make random appearances with select people. I really.
And then you have unsupervised children using the internet doing stuff with random weirdos. It's not a good combination.
No, I'm the same way. I'm very careful when I take pictures of my friends with kids. I'm like, I don't post them. I'm very careful about that.
Yeah,
but it's kind of sad because if we could have like a private room where the kids could like have their fun and show their artwork, that would be so cool.
Ooh, one of my favorite
sometimes it's nice to not have places where kids are allowed.
Says true mom. There was this thing that we did in we had different shows when I was in college that we could participate in, and one of them was aimed primarily at people who were doing art as a major because they were going to go and teach. They were also education majors.
Right.
And so they had this show called Artists Respond to Children's Art. And so these kids were making, they were given an assignment to do, create something that you would want to take care of.
Oh.
Okay.
And most of them did pets and animals and stuff.
Right.
And I got this one. It was because I was in a ceramics class, and we got this kind of like, here, you guys pick out a piece, and then we're supposed to create a piece inspired by their artwork.
Oh, nice.
And I picked somebody who did a cat, and of course I love black cats. It was a black cat, and it was just the sweetest thing. It was really fun. And you adopted a black cat? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
I love black cats. I used to have a black cat. I don't anymore. My nephew has him.
I grew up having a pair of black cats that were brothers.
Nice.
Wow,
well,
nice.
So I mean, they did it. What they did was they didn't. You know how kids, or most kids, when they do clay art, they would probably like put the legs on and the head. And it's just standing up. Well, this cat was curled up, looking up at you.
Oh.
And it was made by I think it's like 8 years old. And, I just thought, and it had so much detail and it looked so cute. It really literally looked like something you would want to hold in your hand and take care of. I mean, that kid really thought about this piece. And so I created a sculpture in response to it. And then what they did for the show is they put our pieces of art together.
That's interesting.
And then we got to meet each other and stuff. And it was just so much fun.
That's pretty cool.
So, there's some really cool things you can do with kids' art.
Now, I remember when my daughter she was going through the epilepsy before her brain operation.
Oh, yeah.
The doctors were insisting on, have her do mandalas. And that would calm her down, which was incredible.
That's pretty much, this is not unlike
magical.
What that is. Yeah. This is the same thing. Not only have I calmed down, I feel like my body temperature has lowered. Yeah. I feel like the pain is and the achiness that I've been feeling all day. Even though I'm feeling better than I was yesterday, it's just completely draining out of my body. Like, I tried water, I've been doing yoga and stretches, you name it. And I've propped myself up to where I could do this, but like, my body temperature was still pretty high when I started this broadcast. I am totally relaxed right now.
Yay. Good. I love hearing that.
I think what I'm going to do is go for a swim now that that's opened up. And if they have the jacuzzi open, too.
Ooh. Yeah, pools have reopened here, and it's important.
Oh, thank you, Lucia, for saying that. I just love seeing this window of talent. We just love seeing you here. Hi. It gets better after 7 p.m. So
yeah, Desiree, my daughter.
I'm so sorry, Lucia.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, Lucia, it's still on. It's still on the topic at hand, and you're kind of addressing it actually, Nazim, about the healing powers of art.
Yes.
Very true.
Very true.
Yeah. So that was kind of like, I'm really excited, and it just worked out the way it was supposed to work out, I guess, because Lucia's got this Pointillism kit for her to do ink Pointillism. I can't wait to see it. It's just not arrived yet in the Dominican Republic. It's still in Miami, she said. So I will probably be continuing doing this work next week, Tuesday. The invite's still there, Lucia. We're going to have you on sometime whenever it fits your schedule. And of course, there's always Saturday,
Des is saying that art helps her with her anxiety.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And I feel you on that, because that's what I do too.
I think I have a little bit of, I think I have anxiety if I don't do art. If that makes sense. Like, I tend to be more anxious and not in the best of moods.
I had such anxiety when the studio closed, and I didn't have enough time to bring home anything.
You right?
So there I was making I must have like 6,000 little beads. Because that's all I had was like these little bags of clay that I was making beads with at home.
You were making beads. I make beads too, or I have in the past.
Beads and little feather pendants, and I made I even learned how to make silicone molds.
Wow.
Things I learned over
Do you have anything to show us, by the way? You've been just like so quietly listening and patiently waiting, but I really brought you on because I seriously thought like we could chat. I know that you know this about me, that I used to do pottery and mostly actually clay sculpture, but I come from a tradition of like the woodland style of pottery. My family does that. and where we pit fire. I used to make beads, go and do workshops with kids, especially. We'd make beads and pendants and things like that, along with little pinch pots that we would pit fire. Oh,
bye,
look
Helen.
at
Have
this
a good
guy.
one.
Bye, Helen. Hope you get that cup of
What
tea.
clay did you
Nice
use for
Kenny.
that?
Also, the conversation, all that helps a lot. It's a good energy. Yes, that's why I said last night Joe's broadcast was just so helpful to me. I felt so much better. I could sleep really well last night. And I think in part it was because I had such a good time just laughing, and laughter is so good for you. But do you have anything that you can show us? I'm going to make Kenny big here too. I want to see what this looks like here.
Oh, here, let me scoot it up so you can
push
the buttons.
There's always the finger mugs.
All right, let's take a look and see what you got here.
Mugs.
Finger mugs. Oh yeah.
The detached fingers actually. Can you see this?
Oh my god, it looks like something I would serve. Something like if I had a Halloween party and there's fingers coming
I
out of the
started
mug.
them in October.
That's hilarious.
And they for some reason
That's
they
great.
won't let me stop making them because they sell well.
No, you know what's cool about that is that if you have like a tea bag, you can kind of tie it to the fingers.
Actually, it won't slip through the fingers, but I make a little. Let me show you on this cup. See, I make a little V.
Oh,
in
check
there,
you
so
out.
it won't slip in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you make those things for knitters? Those little yarn ball bowls?
Oh yeah, I have one where it's a cat and it comes out its nose. Yeah.
Those are cute.
Or out its mouth, depending on my mood. I have one where it comes out its butt, but that's another story.
Do you have like a signature style? I know the last time I saw you doing some pottery, you had like tape around it. Did you fire those yet, or is that something that's still on
The one that's a dark
the
clay?
back? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I posted a photo on my.
I saw that. It turned out really nice.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Instagram
really looked.
and my
Nice
profile on hats.
I'll have to go check out your.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to check that all
I think
out.
I've changed my mind, and I'll put that in the show too.
Cool.
And leave something else out.
So, do you have like a signature style of stuff that you do, or just a little bit of everything?
Or favorite thing that you like to do?
Quite easily, so I move around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could only. I really thought when I got older, my focus would get better, but it doesn't. You know, I think when I was a kid, I probably would have been diagnosed with ADD or something.
Yeah, a lot of us.
Even now, like I'll be doing something like even yard work, and then all of a sudden,
yeah.
Used to be able to like check myself on it when I was younger, and I had a lot more energy too. So it was like you could do that and this. And
I mean, moving is hard for an artist, especially like a ceramic artist.
Easy too.
Yep, I hear you. I know that feeling.
My internet is going again.
That's why I've done a little bit of everything, and I'm not.
Nazim was having a hard time with the internet too. I think everyone's struggling with that connection today.
What is happening? Uh-oh.
Well, we have a SWAT team up the street, so
you have a SWAT?
Maybe messing with it.
A SWAT team?
Never thought of that.
Say what? Did you say SWAT team?
There's like 20 police are there. I had to back up. It's not unusual. You know, when we first moved here, they were.
Uh-oh. She just went back into the Matrix.
I'm hearing SWAT team stories, and then she's breaking up. So I'm kind of concerned.
Up the street, they blocked our road off, and I had to figure out how to get to the house, and it was really quite aggravating. But no, I go through phases.
I'm sorry, but I shouldn't just bring somebody in and just start breaking into laughter. But hello, Joseph. Hello. Lindsay, do you want to fix his screen so that he's showing up nicely? He kind of looks a little funny. Joe. Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing good. About ready to cook a little dinner here.
He looks all right.
Nice. Well, I'm finally feeling okay. I'm finally getting through this. I want to see Lindsay's thing real big here real quick. Because she just about done.
I am almost done.
You guys got me doing the Southern American thing.
Ortega taco.
We're gonna have some Ortega tacos.
Taco Tuesday.
And buy some good tacos.
You know, we're not doing taco. We're doing pizza tonight. Because Bob is awesome. I was gonna make this roast, and I just didn't feel like cooking. And he's like, "You don't have to cook tonight. When was the last time we had pizza?" I'm like, "Yay!" A lot of times he cooks when I don't feel well. He's so awesome. So yay, Bob. So what you got on the plans tonight? Tomorrow night? No, it's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. I am so mixed up. Today's Tuesday. It's real. Tomorrow is another episode of the multiverse.
Yeah.
I love it. Wow, we got some really cool people coming together. And yeah, that compliment that sounded weird. I was like, C.S. Murphy was in the broadcast, and I'm like, I'm really glad that you two are here. It wasn't like I've known CS for a long time, like since before he was doing the VR, since before he even had a big following. He was just sitting at his computer doing stuff and drawing, just like this. You know, but what I meant was to preface this back up, I am so happy to have met you and Lindsay here. I mean, you two are just incredible as a team and separately. But there's just something really cool about the fact that you guys are part of this Blab network, and I would have not have met either one of you had it not been for Haps. So this is really cool.
Love you long time.
Yes.
I love you long time.
I'm already in love.
Yeah, thank you. That's extremely nice.
Seriously.
It is very sweet.
So
we kind of like you too, Michelle.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, you're kind of a keeper.
You know, it's like that. It's like passive aggressive. It's like, you know, I love everything about you, but I still love you. I still like you. So
we tolerate it.
I don't want to have like excuses, and sometimes I come across as sounding like I've got excuses, but I am learning to pace myself. And so it's just strange how when we're coming out of COVID, I haven't had a lot of migraines, and now all of a sudden I'm getting more of them. And I'm not sure why that is. I'm actually moving a lot more, which I find interesting. So I would think that the sedentary part, maybe I just am out of shape. But you guys are like into physical activity. I have been out of shape. I'm starting to walk more, and I'm noticing like maybe, you know, day or two later, like we did like a 3-mile walk one day, which is more than I normally do. And it was like 2 days later, I just was I could barely get out of bed. Oh, wow. So I don't know why that is. I'm just doing too much too soon. You know, arthritis hates me. I'm not sure what's going on.
Take it easy there.
Yeah, I gotta pace myself.
Have you changed your diet much since the pandemic? I mean, are you eating more processed foods?
Oh, I have definitely gained weight. And yeah, I think for me, I think that because I was so active before, and then to be confined into a small space, that it was stressing me out. So it was a combination of stress and probably boredom eating.
Yeah, I had to walk every day or I would have gone insane. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. So I'm now back to, we're both trying to be really careful about what we eat. And I actually think that's helping a lot. I feel like I'm losing some weight already, and I'm not even that active. But
I actually lost weight over the pandemic. But I thought, if I have to be cooped up in this damn house, I at least want my food to be good. You know, and I used to be a chef, so the world was mine. Except I couldn't find any damn protein. I don't know what it was. I didn't want to rely.
I felt the same way. I didn't want to rely on takeout. So actually, the first few months, it was like these elaborate meals. And finally, at one point, Bob goes like, "Hey, you know, I know you're a chef already. Like, it doesn't have to be this big ordeal. like we could just have macaroni and cheese out of a box once in a while.
Ew, no. And I have a garden, so I was like growing all these really funky vegetables like bok choy and those long eggplants, because I like eggplant, but I don't like all the seeds. So I discovered I like that kind of eggplant.
I did go through like what I considered like almost like a grieving process because in my whole years of being an adult and working and stuff like that, I've never had this much time off. And it was almost like I felt guilty for being so inactive to the point where when it came time to doing dinner, it was like, okay, this is go time. We're going to make this and we're going to do this. And, like I was at work or something.
Overcompensating almost.
There you go. That's a good word for it. Yep, overcompensated.
Yeah, I have incredibly clean baseboards and walls now. Because I stress clean.
God, I wish I could stress clean.
Yeah. and then I downsized, which really, I'm sure made my partner panic something horrible because I've been stressing we need to downsize anyways because I don't think we're going to stay in this house forever because it's so damn big. And it's 3 stories. There's 4 toilets and
I have been downsizing since my late husband passed away, and I actually like that.
I do too, but
because there's something really there's just like you only have what you need, and you don't have a lot of clutter and
if
excess.
you haven't used it in 10 years, what are the odds of you using it again?
Right.
But
I mean, at first it started out of necessity because he was gone and he had so much stuff, and I just like get rid of it.
Yeah, she has a lot of stuff. Like she just can't seem to throw away clothes. She lost like 60 pounds, and so she has all these clothes, and there's still nice, like suits and stuff. Because she's an attorney that works with fraud at a bank, and I'm like, well, we could donate these to like the women's shelter or something. Women who are looking for jobs and stuff. Big size is not as easy to find, or it's not easily bought for some people. And no. And I can see saving maybe one size up from what she is. But
Joe's making food. I'm getting hungry. What kind of taco shells are those? Just regular, or those aren't taco shells. He's cutting something up. What's he doing?
Tomatoes.
No.
Tomatoes for the
tacos. Oh, those are tomatoes. We got those. We bought those. What are they called? Taco Bell. Those Doritos, Los Tacos, whatever the
Dorito
shells.
Locos or whatever they are.
Yeah, the Dorito shells. Tasty.
He's not making his own.
Nice.
Don't you be yelling up here.
She sounded like a cat.
Yeah, that's a child.
Sounded like Cajun Riley's cat.
My family likes to yell across the house always.
They don't go where people are.
No.
Does it annoy you that when someone in the house texts you and they're right upstairs and they can't hear you?
I've kind of done that before.
I really miss that.
I've never done that.
I don't do it often, but I've done it before.
Our house is actually 3 apartments. We used to rent the first floor apartment, and the 3rd floor is just.
I've done it as a joke. Like Bob's just sitting right there, and I text him.
No, I can't do it.
I'll do something like
I don't even like people texting me when like they're nowhere near me. I just don't like texting at all.
It is kind of weird. Modern life, eh?
Yeah, I miss my flip phone. I won't lie, because it didn't have texting. I took terrible photos, but who cares? And now I've got an iPhone 12, and I don't know why, and it's just annoying.
I think I'm gonna let that dry for a minute and just start filling in maybe some of the backgrounds or some of the other colors. This has been so relaxing. It really has been, even though it's not going out quite like I had planned. It still looks pretty good.
Bye, Nazim.
Bye. Oh, is he gone? Oh, I thought he's leaving. He's been saying
he's leaving.
Hello, Jeeves. Tonight I was talking with friends regarding downsizing and eventually leaving city life. Oh, wow. Bye, everyone. Gotta go watch a movie and walk for Betty. Yay. Or wait for Betty, not walk for Betty. Subscribe. Yeah, I'm glad you subscribed to Molly. That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Oh, Hubban's home. What's up? Hi. I'm live streaming. I'm almost done though.
Yep.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Apartment is. I mean,
That's
Kenny is
thank you.
for.
Quiet. It's for yesterday.
Oh, quiet. Yeah, quiet would make sense.
Hi,
Quiet.
Josh.
Everyone says hi, Josh. Joe wants to give you a big hug.
Hugs and kisses and gentle pats
big
on your
kisses.
naughty spots.
He says he's sweaty. So.
Huh?
He says he's sweaty.
That's nice.
So am I, big boy.
That's
I live in
nice.
Florida, so I wake up sweating.
He said if you want to swap sweat, he's down.
Oh my word.
We call it swamp ass here in Florida.
He's not listening.
My internet is going again.
The Haps keeps telling me, hey, your internet connection's good. I'm like, well, thank you for the compliment, I think.
It's told mine that twice for some reason.
Oh, there's back again. I don't know what's going on here with my internet.
Oh, you know, I'm just not used to humidity. I'm not used to this stuff. And Bob's like, we don't need the air conditioning on. I'm like, yes, we do.
It's 90, it's 90
yeah.
96
we didn't get air
here today.
conditioning until I went through menopause.
It's 96 here today.
I'm done with menopause, thank
No, I
God. But
don't
it
know
does
how I
remind me
live
of it. I had menopause early.
Yeah, it's
Got
been
that
very
out of the way.
humid here too. It's been.
But then again, I'm sure people would be really triggered with a Canadian winter. So yeah, I think that might not go over well with some people.
I grew up in
6
Canada,
feet of
so
snow.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Whereabouts?
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 I don't know. Do you say carts and bars and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Manitoba.
Oh wow.
The bar at the carts. When I first came here, I tried so hard to sound like a Pittsburgher, so I would say, "So you guys
my
gonna
God!
go
Did you see
whatever?"
that?
And then I go 8.
Did you see that? I think it was Saturday Night Live. They did kind of a mock
God,
of
Pennsylvania.
the
Yeah,
Pennsylvania accent.
Hey,
they murdered my daughter. Murdered my daughter.
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls, I'm going to have to sign off for a little while.
Hey, let's take a look at the finished Kenny, and then we can kill him. I mean,
yes, we're going to kill Kenny.
We're going to kill Kenny. Here he is. You are you bastards. You killed
Kenny is my spirit animal.
He looks amazing. He looks just like he's supposed to.
Awesome.
Love it. So what have you got left on the tune list to do?
Well, day 8 is today officially. I'll do that after things settle down in the house for the evening. So that is funny is the word.
Oh.
And I will
funny or that smells funny?
I think it's up to interpretation as you wish. I'm going to be doing Pinkie Pie from the Little Ponies series. So
My Little Pony.
Tell Kendra I said thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm glad you stopped in to say hi.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Bye, Magic.
Bye, Joe. Love you guys.
At some point, we're just going to have Lucia doing her pointillism when she gets her pointillism kit. So see you later.
Okay. Bye, guys.
I want to see what Joe's up to.
Bye.
I got to see the food. I want to see food. I'm starting to get hungry. Actually, I didn't have an appetite at all yesterday. And now I have one. So let's see. Show food. Show tacos. Oh, now it says my internet connection is unstable. Why?
Yeah, mine keeps going out too.
Now it says it's good. It's like Christmas.
Yeah. It's like
pink and green.
It goes from like 1 to 6.
Oh, it could be just something that's going on. Like Nazim said, worldwide there was an issue earlier today with some complicated internet web stuff. Anyway. Oh, he's cooking. It's a cooking broadcast. I'm going to make Joe Big just because I like to see food. Seafood. What you doing? Hi.
Is he delivering?
What you doing? Taking your meat?
I'm frying up meat. No, I'm making tacos, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You said that. Doy.
Yeah.
Oh man, you can use a spatula.
He started making tacos, and I came in the kitchen and started making tacos.
What?
So I was
Oh,
like,
look!
okay.
It is Tuesday. This is how I
Can't get
know.
Ray in. I'm sorry.
Hey, Miss Desiree, get you in here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hi, how are you?
Hi. It's a
There
taco
she,
night.
are you in there? There you are. So have you been like singing and doing the TikToks and the smule or whatever? Karaoke.
I don't know.
saw.
I deleted that one because some people were making fun of me on there for singing,
Aw.
so I deleted it.
Were they people that mattered? Probably not. Make fun of them back. No, that's not nice. That was not nice at all. See, this is one of the sad things about being alive.
Karma has a way of dealing with those people.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. They do. Karma. We know this, don't we, Des? People choose one way and they could have done something good, but they choose the other. And step out of the way.
So, Joe, do you put mild or hot, or like what type of seasoning do you put in yours?
Ooh, yeah, packet or your own blend.
We use a mild sauce. Yeah, I've already done the tomato for you. No dishes yet. For you guys that are always like, just really quick. So here's my better half.
Hi. Hi there. I'm not really showing my personage on camera, so I could just go this so I can say hi. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go.
Hi, beautiful.
I'm Michelle.
She can't see you though.
She can't see me? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I was
you're
where'd she
like
go?
so tiny.
Too late. It's too late. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I want to go cook, guys.
All right then.
I probably won't be on tonight.
Nope.
I'll be live streaming on a different way tonight. So I'll be live streaming my Call of Duty play.
Oh, that's right. It is that time. And then are you gonna continue to do your music thing?
Maybe.
All right, but tomorrow night is another chance for us to get together. So I'll see you then.
Yeah,
if
I'll
I
be
don't see you
live streaming
before.
tomorrow night on the Creative Multiverse.
Oh, and then don't forget tomorrow, if you have the time and are available, artists are taking over the Haps channel, and you're more than welcome. From what I understand, everybody's welcome.
5 o'clock in our house is kind of a busy time.
Yeah, I'm not.
But if it was a little later, maybe.
I think it's 4 p.m., isn't it?
That's 5.
I'm confused. Is it 5?
Yes.
I don't know what time it is. I don't know. You're probably right.
Yeah.
All right then.
5's a little challenging, but I'll try to maybe pop in for a minute.
I think that's how it's going to happen anyway, because before I think what they did is they just rotated people in and out, so you got a chance to say hi, who you are, what you did, blah, 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 and all that.
I don't know if
you
I'll
can
have a
join,
chance
it'd be
to
great.
be able to like create something.
And
yeah,
I'm actually thinking I'm going to come in not showing my face, but showing this and talking this way, like I would normally anyway. But I think if you aren't there, if you have no qualms about it, I am going to shout you out. You're going to be on one of my lists of people that like, hey guys, follow this person. If you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll let Bobby know either way because it's going to be one of those last minute decisions.
Yes, sir. Well, enjoy your dinner.
Later,
and
guys.
Your family. And that was nice that she said hi. And so I said hi back. I said hi back.
Bye, guys.
Hi. Oh. All right. So it is 6:22. I'm thinking when it turns to 6:30, I'm going to call this a sort of stopping point. But
oh, good. I'm starting to get hungry.
Huh? I'm starting to get hungry now. Yeah.
Me too.
I think we're going to order a pizza, and I try not to take over the apartment too long because we have a 730 square foot little apartment, and even though I'm just talking to you guys like this, he still can hear all of that. Lucia, thank you for the Appreciate Award. Enjoy
really
your tacos, Joe. Oh, somebody from Twitch is. Oh, it's a Twitch bot being famous or something. I think it just came in there. So,
I really like what you drew, Michelle.
Thank you. Yeah. You've seen a lot of this kind of beadwork stuff,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Are
I
you
from like.
familiar with Christy Belcourt and her work? I
Mm-hmm.
recommend you look up what she does. I should
Yeah.
probably maybe when I get this done, I'll post it and I'll talk about how I was inspired by her, and I'll share a link in my post or something so that people understand
Did
like
you
the
do
stuff.
beadwork as a child?
Of
Did you
course,
do beadwork as
yeah.
a
My
child?
grandmother did quill work too. I know a lot about taking plants and dyeing for colors, which
Mm-hmm.
plants make what colors, And she would take porcupine quills, and I'd help her prep those. And she taught me how to put something in the water to set the dye. A lot of times it was just a rusty nail. Like, she used to get those big
Sometimes with
old.
heat in it.
Yeah, that's pretty gross, but I think that there's
And
different things that people use to set stuff. One of my favorite colors was walnuts because it makes a nice chocolate color. My phone locked up on me and booted out Haps. I will stay in comments. It's okay. We're going to wrap this up in a short while, but thank you, Desiree, for being here. People came in and out, and encouraged my broadcasting where it's not necessarily like the Saturday sketch party where it's definitely a group activity and we all get together and we sketch on purpose. This is sort of like during the day when I kind of get started and talking about getting started and overcoming some of the blocks that happen when you're trying to work. But also for me, just personally, just to get some stuff done, I thought I'm going to call it work in process and UFOs. Because we all have that kind of stuff that no, I think with pottery, it's interesting because like when something isn't working out, you can just, well, it's still wet, or even if it's
Yeah.
dried out, but it hasn't been fired, you can recycle that clay. I think you can
I
even
hate
recycle
recycling. I hate
fired.
recycling though.
I know, but I'm just saying like technically you can just
Yeah,
throw
it's
it back in.
reusable.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I make business cards with my leftover clay that I made out.
Ah, interesting. You both are so lovely. So are you. You're awesome. I don't know what color I was gonna. Oh, I was gonna do the blue. Let's get that blue in there. I think I've got a nice blue started right here. Let's see, what color is this? Oh, this is a combination of stuff.
I'm
Let me
getting
see.
flashing on my computer screen for some reason.
That's weird. It could just be the interwebs. Could be Haps. Could be something bigger. The
Swap to
servers.
make sleep. It's very quiet right now.
I don't know if anybody can even hear that music. I've got music playing though. It's just some kind of non-copyrighted
Well,
ambient
if we're
noise.
not quite.
It's your little
My cat
baby.
is ready to
So,
be played with. It's
well,
passing magic
I'm
wand
glad you
time.
could. I'm glad you could join me, and we could just chat and everybody go around. But yeah, I am going to mix one more color up, but I think I'm also going to end this pretty soon. At least the broadcast. I might continue to stretch and whatnot, but I've been drinking lots and lots of water, and my water's almost gone too. So it's definitely important to stay hydrated and to
Stay
keep
hydrated. I was
the
gardening
moisture going.
yesterday and I also drank 2 liters of water. So,
Wow. I think even with humidity, it's actually even more important because I think it
oh yeah.
actually dehydrates you more. It's not just the heat; the humidity can actually.
Put a
Yeah.
little lemon in it for the potassium.
Well, before we go, I'm going to ask you just a few questions about just your art journey. What got you into pottery? Were you always interested in art, and do you like to do other things like drawing, painting, whatnot? I mean, how did you get into all of this?
Well, I was raised in Canada for the first 10 years of my life, and then I had to go live with my biological family. And my brother was always the creative one. He was the artist, he was the musician, he was the theater person. So I wasn't allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't really until I was I left home at 18 and I was on my own, I realized, oh, I can be creative now.
Ah.
So I got into some things like theater and set design and stuff like that. And then I met, through the LGBTQ plus community, a lot of creative people, and I learned some things, and like I made friends with a guy who was a potter. And I made some things, not a whole lot. And then I went to culinary art school, which is
See, there we
creative.
go. Yes, I have the background in culinary arts as well.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
used to
cool.
really love making cakes.
I wish I
Decorating.
could afford to do like a bakery because I'd love that kind of work. I
That
don't
was
care about cakes so
my
much, but pastries.
aspirations too, but never happened because it's just too expensive to get.
It's an
Especially being female,
expensive, yeah, it's an expensive profession.
and you have to you don't want to have too much waste because that's lost money, and
Mm-hmm.
And when I moved to Pittsburgh, I interned in Montreal, which was fun. There's some stories.
Wow, that's like the place to go.
Giselle Dubois.
Well, that's what they say. They just say,
A little
like that's the place to
flashback there.
go.
Ooh, I'm okay now.
I just hear that that's the place to go. Culinary training.
Yeah.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la. Yes. And then I got my first job here in Pittsburgh. I don't know why I came back to Pennsylvania. I should have just stayed in Canada because it was much better. And then the job I had was
Yeah,
on a
I've noticed
riverboat.
there's a huge pay difference between what they pay in Canada and what they pay in the United States.
Yeah, and in Canada, the men are much more respectful to the females in the kitchen than in the States.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a shocker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
true talk.
And I'd only been here for 2 months, and the kitchen manager and the owner of the boat decided to torch it, so I lost my job.
Oh
I mean, they
my.
torched the boat. They arsoned the boat, and it was really sad. There was a prep cook in there at the time, and she died, and she was only like 20, and I was like, oh, yes. Anyways, they're all in jail still, I'm sure. But so I moved on to another chef job, and chefing. And just doing. I think I took some classes at the Carnegie Museum of Art.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty famous place.
I learned jewelry fabrication, metal jewelry fabrication, and
What kind of fabrication? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
Metal jewelry.
Oh, metal fabrication. Gotcha.
Design, metal fabrication. Yeah, fabrication. Making stuff out of wire and cutting pieces and fitting them and soldering and all that fun stuff. So I really enjoyed.
Yeah. Nice.
And then, and then like growing up when I was younger, we did the beadwork and all that kind of good stuff.
But then how did you get into ceramics is basically my question.
Ceramics,
was that also like the Carnegie
Well, I'm a
Institute?
partner. I worked until she got her degree, and then it was agreed upon that I would go to college or something. So I went. My degree is in media arts, and then a degree in media technology. It was a double degree person. I was overachiever, and I took ceramics for one semester, which was awesome.
You really loved
But they
it.
only had one ceramic class, but the professor was like, well, we could give you a specialized something, like you would focus on something. So I took it for 3 years.
Oh wow! Well, it sounds like you found something that you really loved then.
One was musical. Yeah, my second class was musical instruments. I focused on making musical instruments, and then the third one was glaze mixing and putting, testing and have you, which wasn't all that interesting, but I could still make pottery and decorate it.
Wow!
And then
how
I
long
graduated.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, it's okay.
I was just going to ask you, and how long have you been doing pottery then since that time?
I graduated in 2002. Then I was in graphic design for a while, and then I got a job with the federal law agency, which they should never have gotten. And then I decided to do web design on my own because I just couldn't stand working for anybody.
Oh,
and then I found
wow.
this place I go to where I have a studio in where it's a cooperative, a co-op of artists at the Union Project here. That's been about 6 years now, so I'd say 6 years I've been doing it. 4 years that I can say I actually made some decent stuff.
Well, I am going to shut this down.
Okay.
So I appreciate that you came in. What I'm going to say is that let me just bring
Thank you
this
for
back.
inviting me.
Yeah, no problem. I really just wanted to get a chance to chat with you mostly. And if there was some show and tell of pottery, that would be okay too. Let's see here. Let's get this out of here.
I will pick some up at the studio. I'm sorry. It's been
Get
a
rid of
really
that.
rough week so far.
There we go. Get rid of this for a second here. So it's just us chatting there. But oh, well, it made you big, and I'm I fit in this window just nicely. So it's like really hot. I get my hair back, and I look kind of goofball, but it's all right. Yeah, I just wanted to start making Tuesday afternoons because I try to most every days between 3 and 4 get started in doing something, and I just figured, well, why don't I go live one of those days? And I just picked Tuesday randomly because I didn't think there was a whole lot of people going live at this time. It wasn't late at night. I mean, I've been jumping in on a lot of broadcasts with other artists late at night, and of course I have one on Saturday that's kind of late at night because that's also a really good work time for me. Some people though are morning people. I'm not a morning person, but in a sense this is like my morning because with fibromyalgia and all the things that I've talked about, like with the pain that I have, by the time noon gets around, I'm sort of awake. So between noon and 3, I'm moved enough to, be able to do things and to feel like I could sit down and concentrate on doing a piece of artwork. But this was really fun to give this a try. I'm going to go back to the piece of artwork here. Where's that camera? Oh, there it is. Make this big for a second. I don't know if it can do it. If it'll do it right or what. Oh, that's a little too big. I think it's because I got the zoom on. Woo! So, yeah, I just got started. This is going to take a long time, so it's not something I was planning on getting, done from start to finish in the broadcast. But Ojibwe Florals, I don't know if you can see what I tried to do here. I don't know if I'm really pleased with that texture or not, but it is kind of three-dimensional. It feels kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it's mimicking. It doesn't look exactly the way I had envisioned it, but I'm laying this groundwork of color on the black. It does look pretty cool using the gouache. I think I lucked out. And yes, it's not watercolor paper, but look there's really not a lot of wrinkling at all. I know some people, what they'll do with paper that wrinkles, they'll just put it under a very warm, like a nicely light, warm iron and iron out the wrinkles. Yeah. I don't even have to do that. So this is a pretty good texture. But thank you. Oh, Jessica Averati just subscribed. And yeah, thanks for being here, folks who came in. And, if I didn't quite acknowledge your presence, I did my best. I think we had plenty of people in the window to chat with and people in the comments to chat back and forth. So thank you all for being here. If you're a replay viewer, just stop by, and then we got Jessica here. Just subscribe. That way you get the notifications, ring the bell. You can join us when we're doing other things with groups of artists. I tend to do a lot of things with other artists. And the Saturday sketch party, 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, pretty much most every Saturday. I try to host that, and we do art challenges. This week, it's animals.
Oh, I can do cats.
Yeah, I don't. You have a cat? What?
I can draw cats. It's the only thing I can do.
I actually want to draw a cat. There's this Japanese artist that draws cats as children. I know that sounds weird, but they look like they have their real cat head, but then they have paws and feet, but they're standing upright with little kids' clothing on it, and they're so adorable. and it's like this Japanese artist. I really like his work.
Yeah.
And they look like they're sketches with sort of collage painted backgrounds. So they're very kind of close to what it is that I already do. So I was just like, oh, I could draw a cat. So yeah, draw a cat. And we'll do our little show and tell on Saturday. If you come join us, you can come up into the window with us. But I will talk to you all later. And yeah, later this month, I'm going to do a giveaway. For those of you who sponsor me, you're already going to get something. For those of you who've been supportive of me in the past and you know who you are, you're kind of on this list. I'm going to throw your names in the hats. And on the 25th, I'm going to call it Christmas. And every month, I hope to do this, starting with this month. So June 25th will be a little bit of a giveaway. We'll see how we do that. I'll have more details about that later. I'll post it and talk about it. But if I don't see you then, in the next broadcast, I'll see you in your broadcast maybe. Mama Pimi Wakwama, it just means I'll see you again later. Bye. Gonna end this broadcast. And exit. End the phone. Or end it. There we go. Time to go. It's a wrap.